Alright, moving on to part 3 of the Riva repaint. So what we have here is the glove box. Took it all apart so I can paint it. I told you before I didn't think I wanted to paint this. I was going to leave it, over here a little bit. I'm going to leave it red, but now I'm painting the bike white, so I have to take it all apart to paint the dang thing. Took off all the pieces here in the bag. Now you would think you could take this hinge apart. You can't. You have to drill it out and whatnot. Well, a perfectionist I am not. So, I am simply going to take some prep. Now they were out of the wax and grease remover at O'Reilly's, and they had some of this as this foaming prep cleaner. And if you read the directions, it says removes wax and grease. So I think this will work just fine. I've never used anything like this. I usually just used mineral spirits to do this, but I'm trying something new, so including how to open this thing. And a screwdriver. Let's see if I can get it with this thing. Yeah. Nope. Get a hammer. Alright, so before I even stuff it, I'm going to stuff it with some 4/0 steel wool, and I clean it before you stuff it, I'm told. I did not know that. I thought, you just stuff it and clean it later. No. Clean it first, stuff it second. Otherwise, you could be grinding grease into the plastic. I guess that makes sense. So let's do that. I set up my little homemade paint booth in my wife's laundry room, because it is currently 17 degrees outside. Okay, Google, what's the temperature outside?
In Ripon right now, it's 23 degrees. Due to current wind conditions, it feels like it's 14. By the way, I can give you lots of information about your day. I'll send you a notification with more to try.
Well, thank you. Alright, so I'll degrease and clean up here. So, it's so cold outside, I gotta paint inside. Right now it's about 70 degrees in my basement. Good enough. Alright. And I made a little paint booth that hooks up to my old laundry dryer vent. And seems to work all right. Some smudges here. All right, looking good. So first I'm gonna rough it up 4/0 steel wool, and I'm going to do the plastic primer. Except I'm not really bonding to plastic because obviously it's been painted. I don't know who painted the inside, so I'm really bonding to paint, so I don't think it's a big issue. I actually have more repairs to do on the other parts of the plastic parts. I'm tired of Bondo or gluing things together, so I'm walking away from that for a little while. I want to get the painting video started, and here we are. Truth be told, with the holidays, I just haven't had time to make videos. So I'm running a little bit behind on the things I want to do. What I did was I took this lens off. Okay. And I bought some trailer marker lights, LED trailer marker lights that are 4 inches long, that should fit right there, and I hope they're flexible enough that I can bend them into the shape, because I do have a little room behind there, and then this whole thing right here turns into a third brake light on the scooter, so I think that'll be kind of cool. I couldn't find LED lights that you can tape on here that were only, 4 inches long. You can find them 35 feet long, that's no problem. Try and find a 4-inch tape. Well, once again, my stupid medication reminder software interrupted the videotaping. So, don't know what you missed. Might repeat myself. I'm just wiping it dry here. Resprayed it with some wax remover. I think I'm scuffed up enough here. I'm going to set you up in the paint booth, and we're going to just see how primering. This is pretty big for my paint booth. So that tells you how small my paint booth is. So I think I'm going to paint the bottom first. And take it from there. So I'll bring you right back. Alright, welcome to my paint booth, otherwise known as the laundry room. My wife's on vacation for a week with her brothers, so I am going to misbehave. I built myself a paint booth. Okay, this is about as simple as it gets. It's a one of those shelving units with one of the shelves removed here because there wasn't enough room. Then I lined it with cardboard. So I suppose if you have a cardboard box that would work okay, but what I like about the shelving is I can hang stuff from here and be able to spray. Also, it's sturdy enough to put one of those on. That is a bathroom exhaust fan that goes out the old dryer vent. So just plug that puppy in. I get me some airflow outside. It doesn't stink up the house, and everybody's happy. So I'm going to set you up over here and bring you back in a couple minutes. We'll start doing some spray painting. Alright, so here we go. I got it hanging up in my paint booth. We're going to give her a try here. I'm going to do the inside first. How bad can it be? Where'd it go? I'll probably hit that with, that's just the plastic primer here. So, oh man, already running. Dang. I thought I hit it too heavy there, so no problem. Gonna let it dry and do another coat on the inside, and we'll be back. And we're back. We're 24 hours later. I just let the thing dry overnight. This is again just the primer coat. You can still see through the primer. So you can see that somebody drew something there. So this definitely needs a second coat of primer. But being dry now, and being on the inside of the cover, I'm gonna just take my nails and try and scratch it off of here. So, okay, with my nails, I don't seem to be doing any damage on her. I managed to get something here. I did not wash the inside of this thing really well, so that might contribute to it, like this spot here. But I'm really digging my nails into this pretty hard. Let's see here. Just take a screwdriver here. Do it down here where nobody can see. There's a map. So it didn't peel off. I guess that's what I'm testing for. It scratched it like you would expect something to scratch, but it didn't start peeling off. So it seems to be sticking well. And that's what we're all after, right? So I'm gonna slap it back in the paint booth, give her another coat. So still haven't done the outside yet. I'll probably rescuff it and do the outside. So kind of practicing on this part. See, I got cover number 3 here, because this is ready to go. The other parts over there on the floor are just waiting for me to finish sanding them smooth, which has turned out to be quite the labor of love, I guess. Okay, let me set you up by the booth. We'll just squirt this one more time. Okay, so we're back to the primer coverage here. The thing is just painting the inside of this trunk, I'm calling it. I went through about 1/3 of a can of paint here. So the coverage on this is not real good. Just keep that in mind. I'm probably gonna go through 4 or 5 primer for all the panels, I'm gonna guess. Based on what I'm seeing here, this one can will probably do this one piece. So, we'll see. Yep. Alright, I think I got pretty good coverage on it this time. It's probably really hard to see in camera, but I think it looks pretty good. I covered the markings well enough that I think the paint will hide the rest of it. So I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to let that dry overnight. Then I'll bring you back for painting the outside of it. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And see how this thing looks as a white primer. And I'll sand it some more. I'll do a 400 wet sand on it. on the outside. I'm not sanding the inside. And do the top coat, the color, and then clear coat after that. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Stick around. We'll be back in a flash. Boop. Alright, we're back. We're gonna just, it's about an hour later. I figure out what the hell. I steel wooled it, so I gotta let any of the loose overspray off. And wax and grease remover again. It's all good to go. So here we go. Alright, that was fun. This is good video, I'm telling you. Nothing but top-notch quality entertainment on the Jamming in There channel. Alright, we're gonna let this dry probably an hour or two, maybe overnight. So I can flip her over and do the top side. This can is very close to empty. So, it is what it is. So, we'll keep going. I think it's covering okay. I think it looks good. I seem to have some flaky stuff going on here. I don't know what that is. Some dust or something? I don't know. But I'm definitely going to have to hit it with some sandpaper to straighten that out. So, excellent. We will continue in a moment. It's about half an hour later, dry enough that I can flip it over and go ahead and paint the top here. So, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. Let her dry. The entire thing has 1 to 2 coats on it. And I'm going to have to flip her over to do the bottom side again. And then we'll get that done tomorrow. And I don't think I can start laying paint on it for 24 hours after that. So it's going to be a few more days. And then after 2 days of painting, it'll be 2 days of lacquer. So it'll take me a week just to finish this one piece. Meanwhile, in between spray painting all of this stuff, I'm over there sanding off all the other trim pieces. And I'm not going to bore you with painting any of that stuff unless something interesting happens, which I doubt. I mean, painting a piece of plastic is the same no matter what the plastic piece is. So I must have some dust going around here, or cat hair, getting a little bit of weird stuff. Wipes right off with the steel wool, knocks it right down. So alright, well, that's it for now. So it's a few days later, and this is ready for the second coat of primer. It's been kicking around, I've been sanding it and whatnot, and it's rubbed off a little bit, and that's okay. I changed my mind. I'm going with the 2X gray primer. For some reason I can't see. And the reason is I'm painting it white, and I won't be able to see where the white paint is if I'm painting on white. So I'm going to go with a gray primer instead. And I was always going to do 2 coats on here. The inside already has 2 coats, and I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to leave it. I mean, I'll paint it white, but I'm not going to primer it one more time just for that. So, give me a minute to shake up a can, get my rag on. I'll be right back. Good enough. I call that primed. I'll let it dry a couple hours and flip it over and do the top. Also working on, I might move this out of here. Hold on a second. I'm working on this thing and it has not gone well. The crack keeps showing up. There you go, I finally got the crack out of there. The plastic filler was real, the epoxy I used was much harder to sand down than I anticipated. Not the smoothest outcome. I'm gonna leave it. I'm having some sort of a reaction right here. Damn it. Alright. That's 2 pieces out of, I think, 10 total that I have to do. So what I'm going to do from here on out, instead of boring you with all these videos, I'm going to just do a montage until I'm all done painting. So the montage, I hope, will be less than a minute long, and we'll move on from there. So enjoy the music. Well, I hope you enjoyed the painting montage. As you can see, I have everything painted in gray primer. I think it's going to make painting the white easier to do instead of being white on white. But since I had 2 cans of white primer, what I did was I used white primer on the underside of everything. And I'm not going to paint the underside of everything because they were never painted before. So I'm going to just leave them white primer and call it good. Don't see any reason to paint it. The inside of the trunk, however, I will paint with white paint, just because I want the high gloss white paint. So this is where I'm going to leave this video. I just want you to know that this has taken me almost 2 weeks to make this one video because of the prep work and getting all of this stuff sanded. It was, first I used the old trusty orbital sander. That worked good. That got off all the really crappy stuff. And then I came back with a sanding block, sandpaper. This was, what does that say? 320? So I went over it with 320. When I was done with the 320, I hit it with this, oh, it's here somewhere. This is just another 320 sanding block. That was real handy for getting into the grooves and corners and waves and stuff. Then I finished it off with a here it is. This is a 320 sanding pad. This 320 really gets into the corners nice and neat. Then I went over it all with, there we go, 4-aught steel wool. Then I took and cleaned it all, washed it with water, soapy water, and then I cleaned it all with this multi-purpose prep cleaner. Seems to do a good job. And then I did all the painting that you just watched. So the video looks like I'm just painting good plastic. I am not. Several hours of sanding and sanding and sanding. The next stage in this project is I'm going to use steel wool to go over it all one more time after it dries. I got a few wet pieces sitting here. The dashboard is all still wet, and a couple of touch-up pieces. And then I'm going to try to address some of the flaws like that. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with that. I might try some high build primer and trying to hide some of that. But otherwise, everything else has turned out pretty good. I think it's going to paint up all right. I'm going to end the video here. It's getting a little bit long. The next video is going to be just a short montage of me painting the rest of the stuff, and hopefully maybe some reassembly. We'll see. It's winter here in Wisconsin, and it's dang cold outside, and I don't want to go out there. So this project may just get put on hold. Oh, I know what I'll do. I bought lights for my trunk. I bought new lights for this, and they're going to work out all right. So I'm going to do a video about doing the lights in here. So we'll see how that turns out. I also bought a throttle cable for this bike, and You know, so far I'm into this bike and about $200 worth of stuff I've spent on this Yamaha Riva 125. So that's not too bad. I like riding the damn thing. It's got enough power to haul my fat ass around. So I like it. Stick around for the next video. See how the bike turns out. Thank you. Subscribe. Like. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. Tell me I did something stupid. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.